joining us on this episode of Changemakers of the Pandemic. I am super excited to be here today with Kristen Reese, who works at an organization called Peninsula Bridge. Kristen, thank you so much for being here. Can you start by telling me about Peninsula Bridge and the work that you do?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Peninsula Bridge is a nonprofit organization that serves students on the peninsula. We provide motivated low-income students with academic and personal support during their middle school years all the way through college graduation. Our mission is really to break the cycle of poverty and increase each student's chance for success in school and their future career. We have a middle school, high school, and college team, and I'm one of the program coordinators for the middle school team. And we run middle school after school programs, Saturday workshops, summer programs, and now we're doing everything virtually.
And you've been distributing a lot of different educational resources in the last couple of months. Can you tell me a little bit about what inspired you to get involved with COVID-19 and relief?
Yeah, as an organization, we felt like now more than ever, our families were in like deep crisis, and felt a responsibility to do whatever we could to help them. When COVID-19 hit and shelter in place began, we realized that not only were our students and families going to need support academically, but like in all aspects of life. So we made sure to send out several resource lists sharing ways in which families could access food and stay healthy and safe, as well as information for those who lost their jobs or had their hours reduced. We actually called each family individually to make sure we could learn about what each family needed and how we could support
Oh,
them.
wow.
Yeah. Which was like really time consuming, but like really powerful and necessary. And then we made sure for our students that we could provide them with a device, like a computer, to rent out for those who needed the computer for like virtual online learning. And then something else that was like a really big hit was we were able to connect with like over, I want to say 30-ish volunteers who offered free virtual tutoring for many of our students. And we really felt that supporting the kids with their academics, but also their families with just day-to-day living was really important.
And how is the problem of lack of educational resources and this inequality exacerbated during COVID-19?
Yeah, it was, I mean, just knowing from like my personal friends and even our staff and like our families and comparing um, the challenges that we were facing versus the even more immense challenges that our families that we were serving, what they were facing, like the difference between income inequality, like it was so apparent. And, you know, we were worried about, you know, being able to like go to our favorite restaurants and being able to go out and live our lives when our families were talking about how they weren't sure if next week they'd be able to have enough money to have like food for the kids, like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or having like 3 to 4 kids at home while also like having to take care of them, but also having to somehow work a full-time or part-time job and not having anyone to support and help them. It was like really hard on them, and just a lack of awareness of what resources and supports were out there that they could access, that a lot of us, you know, were able to research and figure that out. Our families really needed like that support with like what is out there and how can that support them.
Right. It seems really difficult. So it's incredible how you've really been a helping hand for them. What was the process like to pivot your organization?
Yeah, it was kind of a crazy like quick turnaround process because we had to go from like our very planned out programming to now we're here at home. Our families are so far away; they're all over the peninsula, and we had to reach them as best as we could. So one, like I think the key piece to this was reaching out to all the families to see what they needed, and from there we kind of divided and conquered as a team and like worked together in teams and pairs to make sure we could get as much done as quickly as possible. And we also reached out to a lot of our donors and our volunteers, both like students and adults, to see like who could help assist us and assist our families. And we knew just like during these times of crisis, it's really important to find out what the needs of our families were, but also to reach out to like the community and see who can help us like meet the needs of our families as much as we could.
Definitely. And you mentioned teamwork and collaboration. So, what role has that played in your success as an organization right now?
Yeah, such an important role. Um, I really don't think that a team of like 3 or 5 or 10 or 15 could get as much done and accomplished as, 70 or 80 or 90 or 100. I think just having so many donors and volunteers and community members offering to help for free and all of us working together, we were able to get so much more done, and support so many more families and students that we couldn't have done it all without like that huge team effort.
And what's the impact been on the students? What sort of testimonials are you receiving? How many students have you impacted?
Yeah, so we have around, I want to say, between like 400 and 470 families and students that we serve from fifth grade all the way through college.
Wow.
And yeah, so I've been hearing the most from the middle school families just because I work with them directly. Um, but across the board, like our number one like appreciation in the beginning was when it was a really cool moment when our donors were actually able to raise money to fund gift cards that we were able to send each of our families for groceries. And so we were hearing a lot of gratitude and appreciation that like, and pictures of families like at the grocery store and a picture of them buying the groceries with the gift card, and I'm just so grateful for that support. And then a lot of our students and their families were reaching out to us, letting us know that they were so grateful for the one-on-one tutoring that they were doing with our volunteers, because like online learning is not easy for anyone, especially our
Right.
students. And then I know from our high school and our college teams that the team was really instrumental in their like final 2.5 months of school, and especially the students who were applying to college. And the majority, like the vast majority, were able to get into like their college of their dreams. So I think in many ways, like we were making a big impact in their lives. And so, we're super excited about that.
That's incredible. So you're mentioning donors and volunteer work. What's the importance of community during a time like this?
I definitely think that the power of community is incredible, and the fact that there are so many nonprofit organizations and schools and families and businesses and even just like individuals, who are out there donating and volunteering to support various social issues. It really shows the power of community and the importance of using like your personal and your group privilege to make the world a better place. I don't think all of this change and impact could be done without community and the power that it has.
And on the flip side, a lot of kids are also stepping up now to tutor and volunteer. How do you think that benefits students
How does it benefit the students?
that are volunteering?
I'm hoping, well, just from hearing from the students and the volunteers, like they are letting me know that it's making such a positive um, change in their own personal like morale, because they feel like they're giving back, and it feels so good to like help people. Like it really does feel good inside to do that. And we've been getting a really great response, and people asking if like they can continue doing it over the summer and through the school year. So I think just knowing that you're not just sitting back and watching things happen and wondering, maybe when I grow up or when I graduate college, like I can make a difference. I think knowing that you actually can start now is a really powerful feeling. And when you actually reach out to someone and see if you can do it, and you start doing it, it like it's life changing. And then you realize that, wow, like this could be something I want to do forever. And you get a lot out of that. We actually have one family where the mom and the kids are volunteers, and the one of the sons, I think he's in 7th grade, and he's been tutoring, he's been leading, he's been creating videos, to like science videos to share with our
Wow.
students. So really, like at a young age you can get involved. And I know that his sister, who I think the mom said the sister is in 4th grade, she's been virtual tutoring, so online tutoring, a kindergartner. So I think no matter
Wow.
what the age, you can really give back in whatever way that you want to.
It's incredible that you're giving kids a platform like this to just grow and experience what it's like to give back.
Thank
I'm
you.
curious, what advice would you give to other young people, parents, teachers, who want to make an impact during this time and also become change makers?
Yeah. Um, the advice that I would give is that, like, first of all, there's no age limit. Like I said before, whether you're 7 or you're 14 or you're 68, you can and you should be a change maker. I'd say, like, the first step is to make sure to do your research and learn about the social issues that are relevant to you today. And then from there, reach out to your school or local nonprofits or just your friends to see like what you can do to get involved, what they've done, what you guys can do together. And then, like, most importantly, don't just sit back and watch and let like other people be the change makers, but speak out and be a part of the change. Because as I said before, like, it really does feel good for you to do it. Like, once you start doing it, it's almost like addicting. Like, you're like, I want to help more, I want to get more involved. And then all these people and all these issues that are going on, like, we really need all the support we can get.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for all that you're doing for our community and our students. I think you're addressing such a key problem during this pandemic. So I really appreciate all the work that you do.
Thank you so much, Manat, and thank you so much for all the work you're doing and bringing to light these different organizations and groups that are doing this work out there. And
Thank
you
you.
yourself, you're doing a lot of work to make a huge change and impact and influence others. So I appreciate what you're doing as well.
Thank you.